The cold doesn't arrive gently in the far north. It crashes in like a predator, stealing breath, freezing moisture in seconds, and turning entire landscapes into white silence. For most animals, that kind of cold is a death sentence. And yet, scattered across tundra, frozen lakes and polar coastlines, birds are not just surviving these conditions, they are thriving. The secret isn't luck. It's a collection of astonishing adaptations that turn brutal cold into a manageable inconvenience. Consider the emperor penguin, a bird that chooses Antarctica as its home, a place where temperatures plunge below -40 degrees and winds scream faster than a speeding car. When winter closes in, these penguins don't flee. They march inland, balancing eggs on their feet while storms rage around them. They huddle so tightly that the group becomes a living, breathing heat engine, rotating positions so no single bird freezes. What looks like chaos is actually precision cooperation, and without it, the species wouldn't exist. Far above the Arctic Circle, the snowy owl tells a different survival story. This bird doesn't rely on crowds. It relies on insulation. Beneath its white feathers is a dense layer of down, so effective it can sit motionless on ice for hours without losing body heat. Even its legs and feet are feathered, a detail that seems small until you realize bare skin would mean instant frostbite. In winter darkness, it waits patiently, turning extreme cold into an ally by outlasting prey that can't endure the same conditions. Then there's the common raven, a bird that seems to mock winter entirely. Ravens don't just survive cold, they outthink it. In sub-zero forests, they cache food months in advance, remembering hundreds of hiding places even when snow buries the landscape. Their thick feathers help, but intelligence is the real advantage. When food disappears and temperatures drop, ravens adapt their behavior, following predators to scavenge or using problem-solving skills that rival primates. Cold becomes a puzzle, not a threat. On frozen lakes and rivers, the common eider faces a challenge most birds would avoid altogether: icy water. These sea ducks dive repeatedly into near-freezing seas, insulated by one of the warmest natural materials on Earth, their down. Eider down traps air so efficiently that heat loss is minimized even in water that could kill an unprotected animal in minutes. It's so effective that humans have harvested it for centuries, yet the birds themselves still outperform any synthetic cold weather gear. High in northern forests, the grey jay, sometimes called the whiskey jack, survives winter by turning food into long-term savings. During warmer months, it stores thousands of bits of food, gluing them into tree bark with sticky saliva that prevents spoilage. When winter locks the forest down, the jay retrieves these frozen meals with uncanny accuracy. While other birds migrate south, the grey jay stays put, raising young while snow still blankets the ground. Even smaller birds can be cold specialists. The black-capped chickadee looks fragile, but it carries a hidden superpower. At night, it lowers its body temperature dramatically, entering a controlled state of hypothermia that conserves energy. This trick allows it to survive nights that would otherwise drain its reserves completely. By morning, it warms itself back up and resumes its busy search for food, having cheated winter one night at a time. The rock ptarmigan takes camouflage and insulation to the extreme. As seasons change, so does its plumage, shifting from mottled brown to pure white. But the real magic is underneath. Feathers grow thicker in winter, even extending to the toes, acting like built-in snowshoes that reduce heat loss and help it walk on soft snow. In blizzards, ptarmigans burrow into snowbanks, using snow itself as insulation against the cold air above. On the edges of frozen oceans, the king eider pushes endurance even further. These birds migrate into the Arctic winter, not away from it, following open water through sea ice. Their bodies are compact, minimizing heat loss, and their blood flow is tightly regulated, so vital organs stay warm while extremities cool safely. They exploit a niche so cold and harsh that few competitors can survive, turning isolation into opportunity. One of the most surprising cold weather champions is the willow ptarmigan. Instead of burning energy to stay warm all day, it carefully balances activity and rest, feeding during short daylight hours and conserving energy when temperatures plunge. Its digestive system is tuned to extract maximum calories from woody plants that remain available all winter. In an environment where food is scarce and cold is relentless, efficiency becomes survival. Finally, the redpoll, a tiny finch weighing less than a handful of coins, endures Arctic winters that seem impossible for something so small. It fluffs its feathers into a round ball to trap heat, increases its metabolic rate, and even stores seeds in its throat pouch to digest later in sheltered spots. While larger animals struggle, the redpoll rides out storms in silence, proving that size is no barrier to resilience. What connects all these birds isn't just toughness, it's adaptation. Extreme cold doesn't forgive mistakes, and every one of these species has evolved precise solutions to a very specific problem. Feathers become armor, behavior becomes strategy, and intelligence becomes insulation. In the coldest places on Earth, these birds reveal a powerful truth. Survival isn't about escaping hardship, but mastering it.